Hey, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you guys could hear me. Um, I should have checked the audio because I know last time. Check. Okay, it looks like. Oh, let me see. You know what? I'll put it up a little. There. Hopefully, you can hear me there because I put up the microphone level. So, good morning, everyone. You guys already know. Yeah, it's a little cold right here. So, yeah, but all right. Let's see what comes out for the day. The energies. I think I had already done the past, present, future kind of thing. So let's just see what messages want to come out, right? From spirit, your ancestors. Ooh, I got chills. All right. So, all right, let's see what wants to come through. It's interesting. So it feels like someone wants to send a message. This is the one. Practicing patience. Hey, tomorrow. Jamal, how do you say your name? Oh, Rose Alexander. Gemma, right? Did I get it right? Gemma Rose Alexander. Practicing patience. So this is the first message, right? Practicing patience. I like it. Practicing patience. Wow. Actually, there's a few that came out. Divine messages. Gemma Rose. Okay. Good morning. How are you? Divine nudges and spirit guides. Wow, that's beautiful. All right. I like that. Patience. You know what? That kind of like the first thing this morning, I got woken up kind of early. I actually saw someone, right? There was someone, and I jumped up, and so after I was like, okay, you know, I was woken up for a reason, right? It was like three something in the morning, and I like just jumped out and I saw someone, and so I tried to meditate, but everything was just quiet, right? And I was, and this, right? I was just having patience, but then I felt like, oh yeah, they told me they were like, you tend to get messages a little clearer as you're moving and doing things, right? So then as I was moving and doing things, then things started coming in. So that's kind of the thing, right? Just the divine nudges, right? Patience, divine nudges, and your spirit guide. So just listen, everyone connects differently. So yeah, that's the I'm sure it'll wrap, it always ends up wrapping in a whole nice little sandwich, right? I'll go ahead and do a little past, present, future, just to see. Okay, so what was the wow? Okay, right away they wasted no time. So the question before I even got it out was, what has the collective been dealing with? So maybe some of you have been in hermit mode, right? Which makes sense, right? The nine, right? We're closing out this 9 year. Maybe you've already let go of what you've needed to let go of. You're still in hermit mode, right? Really trying to connect with your higher self, right? For the collective, and look at the crown and the third eye. So new plans, new ideas, right? Mental clarity. Okay. All right. So what's oh man, wow, before I even ah well, that's interesting because I just said mental clarity, and I was gonna ask, what is the collective dealing with right now? Maybe there is some confusion. Whether you're tricking yourself or just weird things, right? My solar plexus is kind of doing a little thing right now. So maybe that, right? Once you've already kind of gone in and seen, It's about standing in your truth, right? Maybe that's where the confusion is. Maybe there's a little hesitation and am I making the right choice? Am I heading in the right direction? Let's see, clarify the moon. What else is the collective? What else is the collective? What are they confused about? Yeah, I feel it has to do with that, what I said, the standing in your truth, the solar plexus, and all that stuff. You could, hey, ascending universal butterfly. Whoa, look at that. As soon as you came on, all the cards started flying. Wow, see? So it's really bringing a close. Oh, wow. And then all of a sudden, all the incense just like started. That's so funny. Um, wow. So really bringing something to a close, right? So that's the current energy, right? So in the past, maybe some of you were in hermit mode, making new plans, and then there's a little hesitation, confusion of really putting an end to that, right? Really closing it out. But look at what's waiting for you, right? Like you are already in this star energy, or at least the universe is already seeing you like this, right? That's so funny. Like I never noticed that the star is before the moon. That's so funny. Hmm. It's almost like a last test, right? Like one last test. You already know you're the star. Just let's make sure, you know, you can see past the confusion and the illusion, right? It's almost like the moon being like the moon. I don't know why this is what's coming through, but it's almost like the moon being like, "Hey, I shine brighter than you, right?" But the universe has granted you this, right? Like, "Hey, you're the star." And the moon is almost like one last like, "Hey, you're not supposed to shine brighter than me." Casting one last illusion kind of thing. That's so funny. That whole message just came through right now. I like it though. So there's a little battle going on right now, right? There's a little battle going on, but it feels like you're building something stable or you just don't see it yet, right? I don't know why that I took that deep breath. It almost feels like, yeah, take a deep breath and know just like before you head just keep moving forward, right? That feels like that's the energy. But it feels like there's gonna be yeah, yeah. I mean that goes perfect, right? That goes perfect. Three of Pentacles, right? There might be some hard work that you gotta go through, but I think that's what it was about, right? The deep breath and kind of charge in a way. It's funny, huh? Charge because it is the Aries energy, right? Throat chakra. See, so maybe you have to really speak into existence and take action, whatever it is that you're gonna do. Whoa, man, the cards are just flying right now. What in the world? They're making it hard for me though to not hard, but wow. Wow, it's really like over here, just making me hmm. I don't know. Why did this one fly? And I actually picked it up in reverse, so I don't know. Hmm. Interesting. Ten of Wands in reverse. For me, it feels right because obviously what it says is different, but for me, it feels like not really not holding on to that stuff no more. Because obviously, right, the Ten of Wands is like holding everything together. It almost feels like letting down the burdens, just surrendering to those things, and that's part of the things, right, about letting it die, letting things die. The death came out, right? That's the energy, right? My gut's lighting up, so I feel like that's the energy about that. 10, completion, right? But instead of really trying to hold it together, finally just letting go of those burdens. Hmm. All right. Interesting. Okay. Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah, and Gemma Rose. I don't know if I had I seen you on here before, but yeah, if you want to ask a question, by all means, just let me know and I'll pull a card for you. Let me see. Okay, let me ask real quick about what's I think that was part of my like what's coming up for the collective. It's about letting the burdens down. I think because right now they've been flying out. Every time I'm thinking the question, boom, a card flies out. So I think that was part of that, right? Yeah, yeah. Look at letting the burdens down and Nine of Cups, wishes granted. And I feel that wow, my gut's lighting up. I feel that energy of after, right? Like all the lessons you learned, being a little more selective with who you give your cups to, right? That's what I'm picking up right now, right? The sacral chakra, really guarding your sacral chakra, whether it's in an intimate way or because that's where that the sacral chakra, right? We hold that energy of being intimate and creative, right? But sometimes that, right? Like just be more aware of who you give that energy to, right? It's because it's sacred, right? Sacral, sacred, right? It is very sacred energy. We could, it's almost like we could build universes with that energy, right? Because literally, we could bring life through that energy. And so, moving forward to not let it be wasted, right? I don't want to be mean and say with people who don't deserve it, but my gut lit up when I said that, right? So, being very, yeah, selective. Each one on their own path, right? To know who deserves that level of energy from you and who doesn't, right? So I like that. Nine of Cups. It says like wishes granted. So I like that. Okay. So what else for the collective? Wow, I knew it. I knew I had seen it in my head. I should have said it because I even thought that Nine of Cups was the high priestess, but there it is, the high priestess. So I knew it was gonna come out, right? Really, yeah. I feel like whoever is connecting with this, like going forward, you're gonna be really tapped in, right? Like maybe that with connections. Whoa. Yeah. Like my stomach was growling. I was like, oh wow. I don't feel hungry, but that was funny. Um yeah, really tapping in with spirit before you make decisions, right? Which is perfect, you know? Prosperity. I love it. So yeah, there's a lot of that before, right? There was already new plans and then even going forward, like once I think you bring things to the old cycles to an end, things are gonna start flowing, right? Look at the Wheel of Fortune. You might have some distractions. This is what this feels like right now. Page of Cups. This feels like a distraction coming in. Hey, Adrian. Good morning. How's it going? So I think wow, three aces came out in this reading already. Wow. So there's gonna be a lot of new plans, inspiration, projects, all kinds of things, right? Once you bring in these, once you bring in these closures, right? Letting things end. Wow, that's amazing. I like it. I like it. I feel all like what is the word jovial? Like very jolly, right? Like that's funny. All right, let me put these back in and I'll pull one for a general for ascending universal butterfly. Yeah, wow, I don't know. I felt all like feels good, right? I don't know. I think this year was heavy. I felt like we do need that kind of energy to come in, right? But I feel like it's very it feels very clear on that. We had to close out these old cycles. Like I hope a few months ago, I literally woke up, I jumped up and like shouted, like, ah. And because they showed me like I was about to get stuck in another cycle, and literally it was like if in my spiritual body, right? My spirit was like in a washing machine, and that frightened me more than anything to think like I was gonna repeat like this karmic cycle or something, right? And I jumped up and I was like, so they really drove it like I was like, okay, message received. But I was in a spiritual washing machine and I jumped out, like I woke up and I was like, ah, and I was like, what the hell? Like, yeah, so don't get stuck in those karmic loops. It's harder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So maybe there's something hard for you to release, like, man, yeah, I'm telling you, that was scary. That was scarier than having to let go of things in this physical reality. Okay. Wow, ascending universal butterfly. It seems like you're looking towards the future, right? So have you been looking forward? Well, I mean, hopefully there's not like a cross watcher looking for you, right? Like but it feels like I don't know if you're involved with things and you're already like looking to other things, right? Like right? Like I don't know if you're like in a certain job and you're already looking at like I don't know if this is fulfilling or a relationship, something that's not I don't know. It feels like there's something right now because I felt it kind of right here, right? Not heavy, not big, but or I don't know. Now the energy's kind of moving. That's interesting. But it's like there's something, right? I guess I don't know if there's something more you want right now. That's what it feels like. Like maybe you feel there's something that might make your heart happier. Let's see. Okay, so let me see what else. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Stop with that. Gotta get a bigger tableware. These things are not freaking. Yeah, it's funny because I thought it almost looks like the death card, but it's actually not. It has the same, right? It's the Scorpio as well, but Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, wow, and that's what I was saying, right? The heart. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah. Huh. I don't know if it's a romantic thing but obviously it's tied into your heart. Well, the heart, obviously, they say like the money too, right? The heart chakra. So, yeah. It's almost like I don't want to, yeah, I don't know if it is a romantic thing, right? Obviously, the cups, the emotions. But regardless, it's something, yeah. Yeah, yeah, okay, moving forward. Mm, yeah. Yeah, it feels very like of course, you're welcome. Yeah, like you're looking forward, which is good, right? There's movement. Let's see if they have any advice. I mean, I think that's just kind of, ah, I like it. Victory. So it sounds like whatever you do, when you make your choice of what you're moving towards, you're gonna be good with it. So just keep moving, right? And remember, the first thing that came out, oh, I don't know if you had hopped on yet, but the very first thing that came out when I started this was practicing patience, right? So that was the first message for the collective. So I guess just a reminder, right? Obviously taking action, but like you said, the horses. Oh yeah, both. Look at both of the white horses, and they're both moving forward, right? So continue to move forward, right? Because even this, it doesn't matter that this person isn't moving, right? It's the third eye, so they're moving forward regardless, right? With their mind, the vision, right? The vision's moving, so it doesn't matter even if you're standing still, right? You're moving, so that's funny that the two horses too, right? They're moving forward, so. And this one actually says that's funny that it's victory, because this one actually says conquista, right? Which is to conquer something. So that's pretty funny. I just noticed that right now. So yeah, I like it. Wow, and even this one had came out. I didn't even know. Wow. That's funny. So many horses. So obviously look up horses, look up the spiritual meaning of the horse. Um, perseverance. So I didn't even see that that one had flipped over too. Wow. That's pretty cool. Hey, Poppy Cave, right? So you want me to ask for you Solomon's story? If Solomon is spying on you, let's see. We can ask. We can ask. See, is Solomon spying on Poppy Cave? Is my chair all squeaky? Let me see. I mean, it looks like someone that's spying, right? They're looking right, and both cards flip. Wow, that's so funny. Two cards flip. Both of them say yes, and both of them is someone just looking. Are any of you Aries and Libra? Poppy Cave? Look at that. Someone just very focused looking. So that is so funny. All right, well, let's ask why. You want to know what is oh wow, this came out in reverse. Oh, I have them all in reverse though. So okay, so I'm not gonna read this in reverse because I had the whole deck in reverse. So but the moon came out. The moon came out. Maybe they're confused, I guess. I don't know. Were you two, I guess, obviously the story. Was there like some kind of relationship then it ended? Like what yeah. Well, okay, if you don't know their sign, then I'm guessing you weren't even in a relationship, right? I don't know. I guess it's there's some kind of confusion. Maybe it's not clear, right? Maybe they don't know how you feel and you don't know how they feel. Maybe that's what it is, right? There's some kind of confusion. So maybe they are watching you because they're trying to understand something. Okay, I'll pull one more just because. Let's see. See, can you clarify what the confusion is, or? Oh, okay. Well, the Nine of Pentacles. So I read that in two ways, right? Either obviously, if there's a future, like is there something there, and then obviously the sacral chakra, right? So obviously that's you know having attraction for someone. But my heart got a little tight right now. So I don't know what that meant, right? It felt tight. So maybe that, right? Maybe there's confusion over the distance. Maybe that, like, whether it's physical distance or just emotional distance, but I felt the heart tighten. So maybe someone just, yeah, there's confusion about just I think in this case it would be like a communication thing, right? You would have to just communicate and say, yeah, are we gonna try to make it work? This, that, something, right? Because that's what I felt the heart tighten, right? So I think that's what it is. Just confusion, right? I think there's just a lack of clarity. There has to be a communication, obviously. Like really putting the cards on the table, basically. So let me see who else. Gemma, right? Gemma Rose. Let's see. Gemma Rose. Gemma Rose, just general. Oh, no contact. Then yeah, I mean one of you, whoever wants to let then that could be that, right? The tight heart could be ego. It could be stubbornness. So one of you has to make the move. Like in this case, I feel like both of you are kind of just at a standstill. That's kind of what it feels like right now. So I think you just have to decide which one of you is gonna break the contact. I mean, make the first contact, right? Break the no contact. I think it's kind of the universe is just leaving it up to you, right? It could be a lesson, right? It could be a lesson for you or Solomon, right? Who wants to, and if not, then it'll just fade away. And it's like they said, whatever kind of stays behind in this 9 year gets left behind. So if you want to see something, yeah, I got chills. So if you want to see something progress, I think they're gonna leave it up to you. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I have to listen. So that's kind of what's coming through. All right. So let me see Gemma Rose. Wow, the magician. Wow, I love it. What do you want to create? Gemma Rose, what do you want to create? You got all the tools, everything, right? You got the wands, the cups, the pentacles, the swords. What do you want to create? Speak it into existence. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it could get better. Obviously, right? Does not. To me, I love the magician. That to me is like the card, right? Like I love it. 'Cause, yeah, like I feel like, well, what are we here to do, right? What do you want to create? That's yeah, love it. Wow, and look at wow, that feels very like you have the power over life and death kind of thing. Like you want to create something, bring something to an end, or you have to bring something to an end. My whole gut's lighting up. Really interesting. Life and death. I don't know. Are you around that kind of stuff? Or do you work like in any kind of medical field or something? This is interesting, right? I don't know why that specifically popped in my head, like life and death, right? Maybe just in a creative way, right? What? What does that mean? The world, huh? Um, I even saw in my head, right? Like someone painting, right? Like having a canvas and you could paint or there be like, nah, I don't like this or just that, right? Like you have the power to create kind of at your will. So I don't know if you're a very creative person and just like that or or that, like your spiritual gifts are very, we're co-creating everything right now. So I think that's kind of what they're showing. So for you to know that, right? What do you want to create? Okay, so Adrian, that's the divine. What do you want this moment regarding my path? Okay, you got it. Hmm. Let me see. Whoa. So for Adrian, wow, a cycle has closed or it's coming. That's it, right? The same kind of, right? Because after the world comes the fool. So what do you want to create too, really? After the fool is the magician, right? But I think really just understanding that a cycle has closed for you. Because once the world comes out, there is really no, you could kick and scream and this and that, right? But when the world comes out, like the world comes out, you finished something, you've completed something. And it's kind of almost like it really didn't matter what you wanted to say, right? Like the universe did it regardless. Like this is something that has completed. So I don't know if you had any doubts about that or if you were still trying to process what has happened. Oof. But it's yeah, the world, right? And that's funny. Didn't Gemma just say like the world? That's so funny. I think though, I don't understand sometimes when like the words get scrunched up together. Um, interesting, the world. Anything else for Adrian? Let me see. That's crazy. Hmm. Well, the Wheel of Fortune. I think the wheel is gonna be turning. 10 is completion too, right? So maybe just extra confirmation, but the wheel, it feels like it's turning in your favor. Look at the solar plexus, right? Maybe standing in your truth, but look at it's a maybe, quizás, which is maybe. So you do have to choose what path you're going into. And this one peaked at me, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So maybe it has felt very, and this one peaked out at me before the world popped up, right? So 9 and 10, right? Yeah, but evolution, right? Evolution jumped out at me right here. Evolution. Like whatever you went through was meant for you to evolve, right? Wow, seeing the little smoke started blowing this way. So yeah, hopefully that resonates. Let me know. You're welcome, of course. You're welcome. Let me see who else, who else, who else. Okay, so I'll do a few more and then close it. Oh, let me throw these cards back. So, and don't forget to like, because I know sometimes, yeah, sending Universal Butterfly will remind me to to you know, I forget to ask people to hit the thumbs up and all that good stuff. So, okay, so can I get a read on Truth Hurts, right? Okay. Well, I asked for money first for Truth Hurts, and it looks like there's new opportunities coming, but you're gonna need strength, right? I guess the abundance that you receive, I see my heart's kind of doing the little thing. The abundance that you receive is gonna depend on you, like kind of the work you put in, right? But it's there, right? There's something there. Um, maybe staying grounded, right? Having strength, the root and the solar plexus. So, okay, so that's that. Wow, that was interesting. Wow. Was there a heartbreak or is there a heartbreak on the way for Truth Hurts? Ah, Truth Hurts. Literally, huh? I don't know. That's so funny. Or maybe they're just confirming that. I don't mean to laugh at the obviously, right? That's, but obviously we all go through it. It's a normal, natural part of life. But that's normal, right? Sometimes that kind of is the push we need, right? A lot of times, yeah, we go through a heartbreak, we bury ourselves in work, right? Or maybe love is just on the look at this one flipped over too, walking away from something. So I don't know if you just ended something, but yeah, maybe you're just gonna that's why the work is gonna pick up because you ended something with love. So I don't know if that's what's going on. Or maybe something, yeah. If it's not current, then maybe something's gonna pop in and then you're gonna realize, nah, this is not gonna work and just continue to work or something. So you let me know. Oh, okay, cool, cool. Thank you for clarifying. Or confirming. Let me see. Let me see. Can you check job many people? Okay, about your job? Okay, so for I don't know how to read your name. Let me see. Red Boone? Red Moon? I don't know. Okay. Red Boone. About your job. So it's the word on your job. Uh-oh. Hmm. I don't know if this means like they're like how you said, right? There's maybe they're in the process of seeing who's getting laid off or something, like choices. Or maybe it's even for you to say, hey, wow, before, like taking, how they say usually grabbing the bull by the horns, like the way this person is holding, like, hey, maybe you want to look for something better before you get laid off, right? Or already preparing yourself, right? Looking forward, because obviously this person is looking forward and see they have their hand on something steady while the other thing is over here. And so maybe the other one represents your job, like it's there, right? And maybe you want to have more security. So if you make that choice, it's okay, right? Let's see. Let me clarify just to something wanted to jump out at. Ah, the sun. I don't know. Interesting. Maybe that means you're not gonna get laid off, right? So the sun, the sun. Or right now, what I just thought is like maybe that. Hey, I'm free now. I'm free to ride a horse naked. I got laid off, right? Something. I could get unemployment. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to give us all a joke so we could laugh about it. All right, let me see. I literally heard like, because I'm asking, why do they have to worry about getting laid off? And I heard, wait and find out. But that's funny. I don't know. Spirit is weird sometimes. Sometimes we're not meant to have all the answers, right? But maybe this is part of it, right? Like just make plans, right? Um, if you feel that, like who wants to be at a job that you're worried about, am I gonna get laid off or not? I had a job like that once and they would always threaten us with that, right? Like, oh, if you don't do this, you could get laid off or something or fired. And it was like, it was just dumb. Like to have you in that fight or flight all the time. Like who wants to work like that, right? So maybe that's part of it. And whatever choice you make. it leads to the sun regardless, right? I think just it's a way of spirit letting you know that they have your back. I think that's why they cracked the joke. Yeah, I got chills everywhere when I said like spirit has your back. I got like super chills, like exaggerating. Yeah, see, nothing wants to come out anymore. I think that's okay. Let me see what else. What else? Can you tell me a divine person is going to reach out before the end of this year? Okay, let me ask. Okay, and then this is the last one, and then, hey Mary, how's it going? And then I'll pull out like the closing message. Let me see. Is your divine person gonna reach out? Well, it says yes. You let me know how it turns out. If you come back and comment and let me know. So maybe there's gonna be a one of those weird. I don't know if you two live in if you two live close to each other, or if there's just gonna be some kind of strange reconnection somehow. Cause it's almost like that's kind of how I feel. It's like right, it's like at some public place, and then like, hey, funny seeing you here, kind of thing. Or maybe you'll see them in the dreams. I know that came through for someone where it was like, and they showed me that image of like, if you connect in the spirit world, I know that's hard to sometimes for us to grasp here, but you're really connecting. Like sometimes if two people want to connect that bad, um, you'll see each other in the spirit world. And that's really because if you think about it, right, this is just a vehicle we're using while we're here on Earth, right? This is our little avatar while we're here on Earth, but all the real stuff is going on. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, yeah. So if you're connecting, you're probably because that's I don't know that popped in my head right now. So I feel like you're definitely gonna be. So even if you get contact in your dreams, know that that's contact, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting, right? So um, let me see, let me see. Okay, okay. So this is the last one then. Roll. What is it? No, no hate, Sam. No hate, Sam. I don't know how you say that, but yeah, something Sam, right? Roll. Evil. Something's coming in quick. Action, or you need to take action, but it feels like something's coming in. That's kind of what my gut's telling me. What are you waiting? Are you waiting for some kind of news or something? Justice. Wow. Is there some kind of justice? I got chills on the left side, so I don't know what that means, right? I think the left is connected more to the feminine side, but I don't know what, in this sense, why I felt like all the chills down the left side. So that's interesting. Hmm. So but there's some kind of justice, some kind of action coming in. Hmm. Interesting. Well, I might as well put it out there because it did pop up too. So the world, something was a cycle that had to complete, right? And it was a cycle as well, which is the common theme, right? A lot of us are yeah, okay. Yeah. But there was some kind of cycle that finished for you as well, right? So obviously that's a collective overall energy, right? A lot of closures and um yeah. Even that, right? Like if there were things that had remained open, like closure, yeah. Like I don't know why I said that word, because that's not what I was thinking, but closure came out. So maybe some of us needed to get closure with situations before we move on, right? Wow, look at the. I don't even know why. I don't know if this was still kind of for you or for the collective in general, right? But the lovers came out. I don't know. As I was talking about the closure, huh? I mean, maybe just that. A lot of us needed closure in love, right? So take it out how, maybe, I mean, you're part of the collective, obviously. So maybe for a lot of us, right? We needed closures in love. That's so funny. I was just, okay. But, okay. Okay, Devon, go ahead. Ask a question. That's the last one. And I'm going to start getting the closing message. Let me see which card. I don't know. I'm being drawn to the sacred forest. So, sacred forest. Closing message for the collective. Wow. Whoever tuned in the beginning, that's so funny that that card popped up because I said I got woken up because I saw somebody and the card that popped up right now, the person on there almost looked like the person I saw this morning, like when I was woken up like at 3 in the morning. So that's crazy. All right, but let's see what comes out. If that card comes out again, I'll trip out. But I almost feel like that was for me. All right, I like that. Dragonfly spirit. Wow. 12. Change, ah. Of course. The change, right? We're going through it and that's it. The change had to come. Hey Devon, I don't know if you wanted to ask your question, go ahead and then I'll pull it right now after I read this closing thing. So let me see. Dragonfly spirit change. You watch the dragonfly whisk across the surface of the forest pond with elegance and grace. Or in how do you say it? Her iridescent wings, this is because this is in italic, so I don't know why they put it like that. Her iridescent wings and body shine in a kaleidoscope of colors depending on how the light falls on her. She hovers, flies backwards, and even darts upside down with seeming delight. I didn't know dragonflies can fly upside down, can they? That's pretty interesting. This card is letting you know that it's all right to change directions. It's okay to change your mind. You do not need to be consistent at every turn. This is the time to put the traditions and expectations of others aside. Instead, you are called to create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Dragonflies are acrobats of the sky. Not only can they fly backwards, they fly upside down. Wow, I didn't know that. They fly upside down and turn 360 degrees and while grace looking graceful as they do so. Dragonfly Spirit urges you to take on fearless daring, her same fearless daring. Go beyond predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. While you can't control the exact circumstances of your life, you can control what meaning you give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. Dragonflies are ancient, taking to the skies 300 to 350 million years ago. They have adapted through millennia and thus survived when many creatures have not. These masters of change are a reminder that change will heal you. Wow. So I love that one. Change will heal you. The spirit of the dragonfly says, be willing to change your perspective and good fortune will follow. Sometimes you need to back up to go forward. As people get older, they find it harder to change. So to activate youthfulness, be willing to make changes without hesitation. Wow, that's beautiful. I love it for today because I feel like a lot of questions were tied into that, right? So yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, hope for today. Hope all is well. Um, what do you call it? Yeah. So I don't know, Devon, you didn't ask your or Devin, you didn't ask the question. So I think that was hey Brittany, you're tuning in right as I'm closing it out. Um, but yeah, hopefully everyone resonated with that. Thank you to everybody that asked the questions. Um, yeah, I loved it. Thank you for everybody for letting me read for you and letting me tap into your energy. It feels very like it feels very tapped in or tied into to what the collective is going through, right? So thank you all. And yeah, on that note, I was waiting for Devin to ask their question, but they didn't. So oh, you saw two flying? Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, upside down. See, I don't know why I've never noticed that dragonflies um fly upside down. That's crazy. So that's pretty cool. I like it. So, I guess we have to take on that energy of the dragonfly as well. So, okay, everybody have a blessed day. I'll see you all on the next one. If you didn't like the video, make sure to like it and all that good stuff. And thank you so much.